It's a pink October. Pink October.
What's up, Team Damiara? It's your girl Damiara, and I'm back again with another exciting video. But for those who are new here, this is how we greet. So for English, you are welcome. Say akam kasa akwaba. Tumada Yoruba new ekabo. It's so nice to see you here. As I said earlier, my name is Damiara, and you're welcome to my channel. So we are in the month of October, and as we all know, this is the breast cancer awareness month. So as you can see, your girl is in pink. Yeah, pink is the color for it's normally said it's a pink October. So as you can see, I'm in my pink, and today happens to be a no bra day. So I was like, I initially wanted to shoot a video on mental health day because a lot of people have been going through mental health issues. So I was like, let me just use my platform to also share something about it. And I'm like, since today is also a no bra day, breast cancer awareness month, let me just also chip that in it. So let's just get straight into it. So yeah, as I was saying, I did my research on breast cancer, and so I'm going to share what it actually is, some causes, some symptoms, and then maybe some treatment, because there are some people out there who don't even know about the breast cancer. They don't know how it develops, they don't know what it does actually, and before they realize they have it and they have to cut their breast off, which is very pathetic because every girl needs her breast. So I got this from mayoclinic.org. You guys, I'll just leave the link in the description box. So if you also want to go and read more, you can just do that. But then, so their definition for breast cancer is that it's a cancer that forms in the cell of the breast. And breast cancer is said to be the second most common cancer. Skin cancer is the first, and then second most common cancer that affects people or women mostly is breast cancer. And in as much as it affects women more, in some rare cases it affects men too, because men also have breasts, just that women have larger, so we are prone to having it more than men. But in rare cases you find some men also having it. So this video is also for the men. You guys can also go and get tested because we don't want you having breast cancer too. So that's about it for breast cancer. Let's just check out some symptoms, how you would know if you actually have breast cancer or not. So it says that a breast lump or thickening that feels different from the surrounding tissue. So you're going to feel a breast lump. There's this test that they do. I'll just put a link also in the description box so you can go and check out. I'll search for a video on how to self-examine your breast at home yourself, and you can just check on it. I'm sure most of you have seen it, but I'll still put it there for those who haven't seen any of those videos. So as you are checking your breast, if you feel any breast lump or like a thickening that feels different from the normal surrounding tissues, then there should be a cause for alarm. Like, then you should go and visit the doctor, or the doctor, to see if it's something. If there's changes in the size or shape or appearance of the breast, changes in the skin over the breast, such as dimpling and newly invented nipples. So like, we all know where our nipples are, but then you get another newly invented one. That should tell you something. Then there's peeling, scaling, crusting or flaking of the pigmented area of skin surrounding the nipple or breast skin. Redness or pitting of the skin over your breast, like the skin of an orange. So when you see how the orange looks like, the skin of an orange, if you feel that your breast starts looking like that, that means that there's an abnormality. So you should just get it. So when you see any of these symptoms going on in your breast, you should know. Like, often I would advise ladies to stand in the mirror and check yourself. Like, stand, maybe after you take your bath, just stand in the mirror and look at yourself, aside your breast, even your body, and see if there are any changes before it gets too serious. Because cancer, as it starts, the cells just multiply, but it becomes cancerous when it multiplies abnormally or rapidly. That way it starts creating lumps and more. Do you get it? So when you start seeing something small, it's easier to treat than it becomes serious and there's nothing that can be done, and they have to cut your breast off, which is so sad. So now they're saying when to see a doctor. If you find a lump or other change in your breast, even if a recent mammogram was normal, make an appointment with your doctor for prompt evaluation. Then you should go and see your doctor when you find that. Now let's just go to some causes. What are some of the things that even cause breast cancer? Let's just dive into some causes of breast cancer. So they said doctors know that breast cancer occurs when some breast cells begin to grow abnormally. These cells divide more rapidly than healthy, like I said earlier on. So it says cells may spread through your breast to your lymph nodes or to other parts of your body. Do you get it? And then breast cancer most often begins with cells in milk producing ducts. Do you see? So breast cancer may also begin in the glandular tissue called lobule. That's an invasive lobule. These are scientific terms, guys, but in other cells or tissues. So basically, that's it. I don't think maybe I'm not too sure if it has to do with what we eat or what we drink or where we are or your living condition or something. But then I don't know. I'm sure maybe there might be a scientific or biological cause somewhere. But then once cells starts growing abnormally rapidly, that is what will cause breast cancer to form in your breast. So once you self-examine yourself and you realize that there's an abnormal lump somewhere, then you should go and visit your doctor to check and see if it's normal or it's abnormal. Because sometimes you feel something, be like, oh, maybe it's just a boil or maybe it's just something, and then you just forget about it. Then it keeps growing and growing and growing and becomes big, and then you go to the doctor and doctor's like, why didn't it come? We don't pray for anyone to have breast cancer. Some people be like, I reject it in the name of Jesus, but God has also given us the power of wisdom and has blessed the doctors with ideas or like scientific knowledge to be able to go into this thing and help people. So you can be there praying, but if you don't get yourself tested or you don't get yourself checked, you can't die and then go and blame God, or they can't cut off your breast and you go and blame God that God, why didn't he heal me? Or God, you could have tested them, he would have used the doctor to heal you. Do that. Do you see? So now let's look at some risk factors. 1, being female. Once you are a female, there's a risk factor that you might get it. So once you are female, so all females should at least be able to do the self-check or maybe go and visit the doctor for them to check it. Once you are female, you have that. When you are increasing in age, so as you age, there's a risk to get it. Then a personal history of breast condition. So if let's say you are someone who has been born with breast conditions, you should also check on that because there might be a problem there or you are prone to getting that. And it's also if you have a personal history of breast cancer, let's say you've had it before, maybe you'd have to do, I don't know maybe how you're going to book an appointment with your doctor, if it's yearly or monthly or quarterly or something. But then if you already had it before, there's a possibility that you might have it again. It's a possibility. It's not an assurance. The possibility that you might have it again. So just go and get yourself checked and be free. And then inherited genes that increase cancer risk. So some people too inherit it. So let's say you have a mother or a grandmother who had it before. You just have to get yourself checked and then be sure that that gene hasn't been passed on to you for you to also get it. And then radiation exposure. If you receive radiation treatment on your chest as a child or young adult, your risk of breast cancer is increased. So if let's say you've had a radiation exposure before, you should go and check because you might do that. Obesity, being obese, increase your risk of breast cancer. Then beginning your period at younger age. So beginning your period before age 12 increases your risk of getting breast cancer. I don't know how this is possible, but once you know, if you remember the exact time you started your menses, you just know if it was quite early, just get yourself. There shouldn't be any cause for alarm. All these things that we say or creating the awareness about it is just to let you know what is going on and for you to go and get yourself checked. It's not to scare you or to make you feel so scared that because of that you wouldn't want to go and get yourself checked. It's better to hear and know the truth. Get yourself checked, and then if there should be any treatment or something or prevention, it will be done than to rather even treat it. Do you get it? Yeah. Then beginning menopause at an older age, that is also a risk factor. Having your first child at an older age, risk factor.
Please bear with me. I had to cut that part out because there was a sound that was very disturbing and I couldn't deal with it. So I started talking about the prevention methods. So the first one was to go and speak to your doctor or speak to any doctor about it and get screened, get examined. The doctor is going to help you get to understand what breast cancer actually is, and that way you can prevent it. So let's move on.
Become familiar with your breast through breast self-examination for breast awareness. Do you get it? So like the home one that we do, you lie flat, put your hands behind your head, and then you go around it. That's one type of the and check for lumps. You do same for this other one sometimes, and you also stand straight and look in the mirror and see if there are any changes or not. That's some of the home self-examination you can do. But then you can also speak to your doctor or check online for some links on how to check for breast cancer. Yeah, and then drink alcohol in moderation. Reduce it so that that will become worse. And then exercise most days of the week. Try and exercise so that it can boost your immune system. Your immune system can fight anything that is going on in your body. And then also you maintain a healthy weight. Choose a healthy diet. This applies to everything that we do. No matter the sickness, just choose a healthy diet and it's going to help you with it. So that's just about it for breast cancer. I hope you get screened and I hope you stay safe out there. Let's all try and encourage one another. Share this video for someone to also know. Maybe the person hasn't heard about it, or maybe the person is too scared from some previous videos that he or she has heard or seen and is too scared that now maybe if I go and get checked it will actually mean I'm getting it. Now this video is to tell you that getting checked is way better than actually having it and not knowing, and then now it gets serious and then they have to do something to like cut your breast and all. Get it. So let's just move to the major talk for today, which is mental health. Guys, I'll say mental health is a killer disease. Because a lot of people are going around looking all nice, driving the latest cars, wearing the most designed outfits, like, but then their mental stability is not stable at all. If that makes sense, isn't it at all? So let's just see what mental health is. I did this research from mentalhealth.org. I'll leave the link also in the description box. So what is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also determines how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood to adolescence through to adulthood. So over the course of your life, if you experience mental problems, your thinking, mood, and behavior could be affected. Many factors contribute to mental health problems. These are biological factors such as your genes or brain chemistry. Sometimes it can be passed on like through your genes, and then you might have a mental health problem, or maybe through brain chemistry. And also we have life experiences such as oh no, life experiences such as trauma or abuse, and then family history of mental health problems. But then you would just hear that somebody committed suicide and you don't know what happened. Like the person has been so depressed, had no one to talk to, no one, like if the person feels so alone in this world. The person just died and be like, but I saw this person days before and the person was looking okay, and or you be like, hey, this person has this car, has this, has all this money, and then the person had to commit suicide. Like, why would the person do that? See, mental health is so strong that if you are not mentally healthy, there are a lot of things that you can do to yourself. Because such people who go through this depression and all, they feel like, why are they living? After all, what is happening? Why do they have to live on this earth? No one checks on them, no one cares, no one does anything. Like they feel alone in this world. Like, why don't I just go? Some ways that it can affect people is when they become suicidal. Like they feel like they are the only ones on earth. There's nothing else to be done. No one cares for them. Everything is going against them. So let me just end it all. And you find them killing themselves. They become also easily aggressive. Like any small thing, they feel like you're attacking them. So they tend to become aggressive. So once you start noticing some things like this, or you find out that the person is always talking about death, like this life, cry, what are we living for? Or like, I just wish I should die and then forget all this. Once you start hearing these things, these are like clues or red flags that should let you know that nah, this person, or you see someone that any small thing, like you're just having a simple conversation, the person just becomes excessively aggressive. Like you don't even understand. We have some friends like that and be like, this person, why is this person like that? It's always aggressive. I don't even want to be friends with. Then at the end of the day you realize that the person just committed suicide one day. Like, but this person was what happened on. You never know. Let's sometimes I feel okay, you just never know what's the problem is. And they mostly don't want people to be around them. They don't want people to be around them because they feel like people are going to like just complicate the whole issue for them. So they normally want to be alone. When you start seeing people like that, aside from the fact that one is an introvert, introverts, as we all know, are people who like to be on their own, do things on their own, stay indoors and all that. But it's not like the person doesn't like people. At least once in a while, introverts get to be around. But this one, or especially even if the person was an extrovert, the person used to go out, do a lot of things, and then all of a sudden the person just started being like, nah, I want to be alone, I don't want to go out, I don't want to do this. You should sense something and then try. I have been in this stage before. I remember growing up, I felt like everyone was against me. Like I felt so alone. Like things were going through my mind. So any little thing someone does, let's say my mom does, and you know, like I grew up in an African home and we know how African parents are. So any little thing you do, like you get a blast, any little thing you get a punishment, that kind of thing. Like I felt so, and then I'm like, what's happening in this world? And then maybe sometimes too, and I didn't grow up in a rich house, like rich home or something. So there are times where you can't even make friends, and then you're like, is it because of this? Then it kept on piling up and piling up. Now I didn't even think about other causes. I was thinking everything was about me. So if something happens, I'm like, why? Is it because I am this, or let's say I remember one time, even in my relationship, I liked this guy. The guy wasn't liking me back, and all of this, I just concluded that, or is it because I'm not beautiful, or is it because I'm this? Like it kept on piling. One time I said I was going to kill myself. I remember, I think I was in is it JHS or SHS? I said I was going to kill myself, because there was no point living for if everyone is against my family is against me, the one I love is against me, school no one cares for me. I had this philosophy that no one cares in life, and funny enough, people who go through mental health don't recover totally. So even with me, even as much as I've grown and I'm trying to like work on myself and all, there are times where something will go wrong and then I'm like, or maybe that thing is really true. No one actually cares for anybody in this life. And then once I start thinking that, and I start feeling like, nah, I just want to be alone. I don't want to do anything. And I'm the type of person that when something is not going my way, I decided to not do anything. Like life should just stop. I don't want to eat. I don't want to drink water. I don't like. Let me just be there. I don't want to bath. I don't want to do anything. Let me just be there and let me just die. Like that is it. So imagine. I remember that day. I think I posted it on Facebook. I sent some messages and then I got a few friends coming and like, what's happening? I shouldn't. So I asked one friend of mine that who is my boyfriend now. I was like, why, if can he give me 3 reasons why I shouldn't kill myself? And he's someone that then times we used to be very good friends, so like we talk more often and share ideas and all. So I asked him, you should give me 3 reasons why I shouldn't kill myself. And he actually gave me the 3 reasons. I was like, okay, let me hold on to this one and then not kill myself. It sounds funny right now, but then at that moment, if he had said, what is that? What is, give me 3 reasons why you like, if you kill yourself, go and kill yourself. As old as you are, I come to you, I would have killed myself. And I would have just wasted my life. I wouldn't be doing my YouTube channel today. I wouldn't be like influencing someone today. I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't have met lovely people that I have met today just because of what one person did. Do you get? So there, I feel there's ways in which we can help people when they are going through mental health problems. A friend can come to you, or once you see, let's say, someone updating on their status, tears, like it doesn't hurt or it doesn't cost to check up on someone. Do you see? If you see something like something, no, this person is like this, or even if you've not heard from the person and the person just uploads or posts something on WhatsApp or Instagram or on social media, it says, what is this life for? Like, even if you're not thinking a person is going through a lot, just ask, oh, like, why, what's up, what's going on, is everything okay with you? Get the person talking. You see, if 2 or 3 people who have seen that should get the person talking, the person will feel like, oh, okay, some people actually cares for me, other than the person posting what at all is like for them, saying like, oh, what is he trying to say? Or some will say the person just wants attention, and then you just leave the person alone. Then when the person died, they will not be posting the person's picture. Oh, I remember when we were friends together. We were doing this, we were doing this. Meanwhile, when the person needed, you weren't there. So the very first thing that I'll advise us to do, or ways we can help one another to overcome mental health problems, is one, by praying for our friends and family. Pray for your friends and your family members. If I say like this, someone will say, why didn't I like generalize and say pray for everyone? But then I don't want it to be, if you say pray for everyone, that's when people will see it's like some job. Like, how can I pray for everyone? Me cry. I have something that I've not even finished praying for myself. Come and pray for everyone. But I want to narrow it to pray for your friends and family. If you are praying for your friend and family, there's one person in your family who would also pray for someone that isn't part of your friend. And at the end of the day, we would all pray for everyone, if you get what I'm saying. So if as I'm praying for my family and my friends, and then my friend is also praying for her friends and family, that means that with her prayer, I'll be part of her list because I'm her friend. And someone else who I didn't pray for, who is her friend, will be part of her list. And if that person is also praying, it keeps going like that. It will be like a tree. Everybody will just be benefiting from the match. And at the end of the day, we'll all be fine. Then secondly, you call or text a friend to check up. There are times where I pray for my friends and my family, and then I'll just be there, and then someone's name will just come to mind. Like, just out of the blue, the name will just pop up in my mind. And I'll be like, now let me check on this person. I don't know why the name just came. Now check on the person, and the person will be like, oh, Charlie. I based on like when they go, oh, Charlie, with your hustle, like, you realize the person is going through a lot. And at the end of the day, you feel like, so if I did check up on this person, you don't know what the person is doing. Maybe the person wouldn't go and kill them. I'm not saying that everybody who going through a lot is going to kill themselves or something. But then the little care you show can go a long way to let someone not even give up in life. Do you see? Like, the hustle is real. Everyone is striving to do something. So if you also feel like the more I'm doing, no one is even appreciating me, no one is even showing any care or concern, then let me just end it, let me just give up. After all, we all live once and we all die. So like, call or check up on someone. You can just send. Now WhatsApp has made it easy. If you maybe are not really good with calls, or if you don't have call credits, you can just send a hi or how are you doing. I remember one time a friend of mine, Abigail, it rained so much. The night before it rained, I was going through a lot. Like, something happened and it got me so down and so hurt. I cried. I started crying and it started raining. Like, it rained throughout the night. I cried the whole night. The next morning, I slept, woke up. I slept for like just an hour. I woke up with my eyes all swollen and everything. And I went to my WhatsApp to check after I was done with my devotion. And then I saw her message. She was like, hey, what's up? Because it's raining so hard, I decided to check up on all my friends to see how they are doing. And I just felt a peace. It was just like ice dropping on heat. Like, it's just melting. Like, I just felt that calm. I told her, I was like, see, I really appreciate this message. You don't know how much this message has really blessed me, because I felt like, oh, at least somebody out there cares. So, because throughout the night when I was thinking and I was crying and I was like, nah, if I should die right now, who will be like, oh, I miss you, or who will be like, I care. They will care for some time and then life moves on. Like, there will be nobody who is going to stop their life because you are dead and gone. And that's how I was feeling. But then for me to know that somebody actually adds me to her friends list and is checking up on her friends and she checks up on me, then that means that I also mean a lot. And that really helped me. So imagine we all do this. Like once in a while, oh, I'm just checking up on all my friends. How are you doing today? Even if it's just that. The person says, oh, I'm fine. Okay, how is school? If the person is to school, how is work? It will help a lot. And we can be able to overcome all this. And then ask, the last thing I wrote is ask if you see anything weird. Just care for people. That's what I mentioned earlier about the WhatsApp thing, you know. So if you find out that something is going on, like you see anything weird, just check up on someone. It doesn't cost to check up on someone. I know we are all busy, so it shouldn't be an everyday thing that, oh, every day, like you're worrying the person you're stalking or something. But then once in a while, check up. But then with a prayer every night before you sleep, just say, even if you can mention everyone's name, God knows your friends, God knows your heart. Just say a prayer that, oh Lord, please cover my friends and protect my friends. Guide them. Whatever anyone is going through, please come through for them and be their strength. And just say that things. God is going to do the rest. You don't have to do it. Then the little time you remember, you check up on someone. And we can all live peacefully. I hope this message encourages you and I hope you learned something. We are all going to try. We are all not that perfect when it comes to doing things for people or even doing things for ourselves. But I know that it's going to be a gradual process. And when you see this video and it blesses you, please do well to share to other people so that they will also be encouraged. It's about it for today's video. But before I end, let me just say this. I know you all would be waiting for the clash between the series that we're doing, what girls do that guys hate and what guys do that girls hate. We're supposed to meet together and have a clash, but then I decided to do this because of the month in which we are and then what is going on in the world. So you guys should still hang on. I mean, the clash is going to come out. So I'm going to get my people ready and then we are going to break packing. Please don't forget to like this video. I'm sure you really enjoyed it and I'm sure you learned a lot. Like this video. Please share it, because if you have a message and you're not sharing, if I had all this information I kept it in me, you wouldn't learn anything from it. But then I'm sharing it with you, so you also share it. Don't make it look like you're sharing it for me or I'm going to get something when you share it. To look at it like when you share it, you're helping that friend. When you share it, you're helping that brother. When you share, you're helping that sister, and that sister will also share it, and that way you're able to spread the message across. And then comment on maybe some ideas. If you have ways in which we can also do to help people who have mental health problems, please put in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please put that in the comment section below. And if you want more of such videos coming up, please let me know in the comment section below and I'll work on this for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you all in my next video. Stay safe and get yourself checked. Breast Cancer Awareness Month.